Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog, and behind me, as you can see, we have the HX back in the shed, not for very long. We just did some filming with Shannon's and Car Club as well. They did some footage on that. So yeah, that's why it's here. But I thought we'd do a bit of a video on it today, and we're gonna take it back out to Dan at Phat Guts, and we're gonna run through what's been going on. But at the moment, it's absolutely getting there. So we've got hot side and the cold side sorted, dry sump all hooked up. Most of the things plumbed up, but it's all gonna come back out because of the steering rack and all that sort of stuff. We need to weld up a bit more there, but Dan will go through a bit more of that. So yeah, we've mounted pretty much everything where it needs to go. So once all the engine comes back out, we're gonna get all the piping off. I just had Dwayne from SA Motorsport Coatings here, and we've just picked a color. So all the cold side stuff, so the intake and then the exhaust and everything as well, we're going to get coated. The Turbo Smart wastegate, the blow-off valve, so all the silver you can see in here will be a color. Yeah, you'll see what I'm thinking anyway. So, but let me know what you think, and I'm sure I'll take your opinions into account. But yeah, the thing is what I'm doing. It hasn't got a seat in it because it's at Ben from Elite Trim. He came during the week as well, and we measured up a seat. Well, basically I sat in the frame of the seat, and that was my seating position. So we're gonna have about this much foam on the seat. Because I sit in this thing, it's like nearly perfect for me. So when I'm like this, it's like perfect. I'm actually really comfortable here. So I said, oh, maybe we just need to pick my ass up a little bit and then I'll be all right. But like, when I got the race seat, which I'll bring that out in a minute, which I actually had that in the Monaro for a bit, but obviously the steering's not hooked up. Yeah, so my seating position is going to be not too much different from this. So when the bench seat's in, I'll be a little bit higher. We'll have a nice armrest because that'll stay the same normal height. Both of these side seats will be a little bit down. We're going to still have the column shift, obviously. Dan's going to make that up. So we go all the way to the power glide, all the way down. And then when we're racing, going to have some buttons on the steering wheel. I won't have that horn, which won't work that well. But some trans brake, some bump action, then 7 seconds. Hopefully, something like that anyway. I'm gonna try and work out where we can mount the screen, the little Motec dash I've got. I just love this thing, it's gonna be so bloody good. Looks perfect. But yeah, obviously, and then when the cage is in as well, because the cage is right here, so the seating position will be like a little bit closer with the race seat and when the cage and all that sort of stuff is in as well. So, bloody cobwebs. That's how long this build's been going. But hey, we're nearly there, guys. We're getting there. I'm bloody excited about it. So we're gonna actually put this on the trailer now and take it out to Dan, and he's gonna walk us through a bit more on what else we got to do. It's like exactly the same, but they're not. I reckon they're one of those ones. Which one? Help me!
I'm still leading on 30.
That one?
Yeah.
I reckon too. So what I'm doing here is for all the silver piping, exhaust, maybe even turbo housing and rear housing, we're gonna get coated by SA Motorsports Coating. He just dropped these off. So he's been doing a heap of my events and all that sort of stuff as well. So I reckon we're gonna go with this color just to break up the black and white a little bit. Not sure that we don't really need to do that, but I think we could, I mean, as cool as this is, we could probably, I don't know if we can do that. Surely we can. All this, maybe, I was thinking maybe doing that in white like that. And then on the Garrett, we do the turbo in the black as well. Let us know what you think, guys, but that's my favorite color. So it's a little bit different, but could be pretty cool. So that'll go like that. And then that's the sort of contrast between the black and the white. I think it looks all right, but I'm sure there's people who will tell me it won't. So what's it called? Coyote. Right on. So you look in the tub here, we've cut a hole in there because that's where the battery goes. Adam said there was a bit of a trick to get it out, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna scratch everything trying to pull that battery out. So I said to Dan, can you neatly cut a hole and then make a nice push button plate to come out? And that'll be the only hole in the back of the ute, I think. Obviously the fuel is there, and then Dan was like, oh, maybe we should cut a hole in here to get to the fuel pump. So I'm like, no, one hole's enough, I think. We're gonna put this on the trailer now. And V, you're gonna help me because it's heavy.
Yeah, because I'm really gonna help. It's so heavy.
Yeah, just hold it there, I'll move it. I'm going for my shoes. Perfect. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are here at Phat Guts Racing, and this is Dan. He's done all the work that you've already seen so far, but we're going to have a look underneath because we've had for engineering and everything, we've had to change all that sort of shit, haven't we?
Yeah, sort out a few things with the steering rack and get that in the right position so the motor sits under the bonnet.
All the piping for front mount intercooler, and then the sort of hot side dump, and then the dry sump, all that stuff Dan's done as well, and just started plumbing everything up as well. So yeah, a bit more to do, but we'll jack it up and
we're getting there.
This is a new rack, isn't it? And these arms are from Sot, the engineer, these billet arms.
Yeah, he made the billet mounting brackets.
Yep.
And then billet steering arms.
Oh, yep, all through there, yep.
And he shortened the arms on the rack so it all suits this setup.
Yeah, so that was a fair bit that went into that, just alone.
Fair bit of mucking around just to work out the geometry and make sure it'll do what we want it to do. And
yeah, absolutely. So it was a bit of a pain in the ass because after we had it all, you know, nice and smoothed and bogged up, painted, so to grind back and then weld again on it. So it's going to have to go back to paint and get it all sorted again. But there's a fair bit to still do.
Yeah, we'll wreck some more of your paint. Yeah.
But hey, that's what we got to do to get it all going.
We take care with it and only sort of damage what we have to remove it, to cut or weld or anything like that. So
yeah, we just started sort of plumbing up all the dry sump tank and oil pumps on the side here, and then so we finished the exhaust.
Finished the dump pipe off.
Yeah.
But we made
another one.
A removable section so we can have a nice party pipe come out the side for racing.
Because we're going to be racing this thing, even though how good it is and how nice it looks under here, we're going to be racing it. So this is to get through Regency, all the hurdles and whatnot and jargon we got to jump through to get through Regency. But we've got full exhaust, as you can see, and what we've been through sort of on the last update of this. It's getting sort of a lot closer. So we've got the carbon fibre tillet seat there that Dan's going to make up a mount for it. We don't need that much height on that, so
that's good because
I'm pretty well set in that position.
And you'll have to come and test fit yourself because I'm not much to go by.
Well, that's sort of where we're at up top here, isn't it? And then so next stage is engine out, and then I'll probably take the manifolds and all that sort of stuff to get them all coated.
Yep, get them coated.
And then after that, once you do what you need to do, then we can, I might try and find someone to paint down here to match that up while the engine's out. Probably, hey, that's probably the best bet.
Yeah, make it easy.
More paint and more bullshit.
Yeah, I'll finish off a bit more of the plumbing first before you take the manifolds and that. And then once they're back, we can sort of put it together for the last time. Get it ready to go off to wiring.
Yeah, and then we've got diff centers already here, and then we've got to measure up for a drive shaft. That's another one that we need to do, and converter. And then Dan's going to measure for some wheels, so we'll get some race wheels, which we need. Not sure if we're going to go weld, billet specialties, or RC comp. There's that many.
There's that many now. So,
but I reckon we're going to go a billet wheel, all polished, no black, all polished. I reckon
it'll look good. It'll pop against the white. I reckon.
Absolutely. So anyway, that's probably where we're at the moment with the HX. I mean, we've still got a full wire up and whatnot to happen, but at the moment we're making progress. There is progress. So that's it. We're just ticking along here and doing what we need to because we've got to get past Regency. Because there's no point spending all this money and time. 9 years, get it on the road, drive it, and then get defected and then have to go through the process all again. So we're doing it all once, getting it done. So hopefully we can pass with flying colours and we'll be right. So this one was at the King Dig show and shine. So amazing build, and they've got that plate through there.
And they've got the big plate, and it does have, you know, a brace connecting it. Obviously this car has more weight, being it's a LS.
Yeah.
And a couple of turbos on it and
all that sort of jazz. And this is more of Dan's work, this one. It's I remember the first time we did an update on the Ute, hadn't even been shown or seen yet, but we had a quick look underneath. This is the kind of rear end I want for the Monaro. One day. Something like this would be nice.
That's right. That's what you need.
Exactly, to go fast.
And this was work I'd done back at Zagari Engineering.
Yeah.
That's where I'd done my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
And I was a Tirana nut.
Yeah.
And I still am, obviously, but
Well,
this was
it.
one of my projects.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful. I love this car. I've been trying to get him on for Chuck's garage, but he doesn't want to come on. He wants Dan to do it, which I'm happy for him to do it, but it still needs to be, why'd you buy this car? Why'd you build this car? And like, Dan can't really say what and all that sort of stuff.
That's right.
So, but
You hear that? That's a call out.
yeah, exactly. But my God, it's a beautiful car. You got anything in the other shed you want to show us, or not really?
Yeah. You might as well have a look. You're here.
We're here.
Maybe
We may as well have a quick look, get some good content. Got some Monaros, don't you?
Yeah, Monaros everywhere. This one,
is this the supercharged one?
Yes, supercharged LS built by Warspeed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With a Harrop supercharger on it, and
Yeah.
I've just sort of finished up doing the tubs, moving all the leaf springs over, and notching the rails, and
and
then reinforcing the rails for engineering and stuff like that. So it fits 325s on it.
325s. That's what I want under the Monaro.
Yeah.
325s.
Yeah. They're a good size.
Absolutely.
And this one I'm doing the headers on, so it's another LS.
LS carb.
Bit of nitrous on it.
That's a go.
My specialty, I love doing the headers, so
yeah, cool.
For some reason. Most people hate doing them, but
we love it.
I love it, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
They're massive.
I think they're 31 by 18 on a 15 by 15 inch wheel.
That's massive.
Had the rear clip done by Jeff at Metal Magic.
Yeah, okay. How good. This thing's cool.
And beautiful XY.
Oh yeah.
I'm finally finishing off.
Oh, this is a big turbo one.
Yes, I'm just doing the intake pipe at the moment, and
this thing is amazing. It was in the shop when we did the first update on it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
No, in typical fashion, I've had to modify everything to fit the intake pipe in because there's no room on it.
No room in these things. Did you have to? You've cut away the.
Yeah, that was all done previously years and years ago. I think Walker Chassis done it.
Oh yeah.
Carmine and Dino done the rear end on it, and yeah.
Is he going to race it or what? Or is it a show?
Well, it's a street race car. Yeah.
That's what we love. That's what we love.
Engineering this one as well. So
yeah.
That's
where all the time is.
It is.
Isn't it? It's like just next level. How long everything takes, and like trying to deal with them, trying to get them to like answer you, or like they wanted to, because it's a different engine and it was registered. My car was registered in New South Wales in I don't know 1980 or something, or 70. They need a receipt for the bullet block, so then they can stamp a number in it or give it a new number. And so I found it, sent it. Well, what I thought it was, and then they came back to us maybe 6 weeks later.
Yes.
And then they're like, "Oh no, that's not a receipt. That's just a quote. We need something that says it's paid on it." I nearly get a stamp and go paid.
It's a bit of a kick in the balls, but
so yeah, well, like it's like they don't want to do anything. They're just happy to sit there and go, "Nah, that's not right. Try again." And I'm like,
this is waiting for the same thing.
Yeah.
ID check, and they've got all the information, and it's just, at the moment, it's going nowhere. So, yeah, it's quite difficult.
Because this used to be a race car, didn't it? Full blown.
It got built as a race car originally.
Yeah.
And then when AIR shut down, obviously, he decided to turn it into a street car.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, that's why everything was chopped out back then.
Yeah.
With no intention really on streeting it, but we had no drag track for...
Yeah, well, that's it.
However long
and now we do,
was.
and all the cars are coming out of the woodworks, which is what we love.
It's awesome.
For more and more events, and look at this thing. Paint's unreal. They're big wheels too. I need a car with big tyres under it. Big tyres. 325s. One day.
Have you seen this one?
Oh, is this the this with the Hellcat in it still?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is a good thing. I thought this was another Monaro. What's he doing with it?
Engineering. Yeah.
Because I thought he was selling it.
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment. It's a bit like me. Go through your stages, you know.
Probably because the build has taken so long. It's like you lose love with them sometimes. And
he's manual too, hey?
Yes, yeah.
Which we love.
Just waiting on the steering rack to come back from the rod shop.
Oh yeah.
It had a bit of a leak, so they've rebuilt it, and hopefully it'll be on the road very shortly.
Absolutely. This will be very cool.
Yes, it'll be quite a weapon.
And this is the...
brake and clutch reservoirs.
Brake, clutch, yeah, right. That's tidy, isn't it? I like that.
Similar deal to yours. We'd done this one at Zagari's as well, like the rear end and then fitting the motor and the front end and all that sort of thing. And then when closed up, he was unwell, which is a bit of a horror story, but when he closed, it come to me and we finished it off, done all the headers and the plumbing and exhaust and all that kind of thing. And
bloody hell. I can't wait to see this thing. And it's got a decent tyre under it too, eh?
Yeah, this has 325s as well.
Perfect. That's what we love.
It's got a 4-link in it.
Full 4-link.
Yep.
Bloody hell, this thing's going to be an absolute handful with a manual.
It'll be a handful.
It will be, and with that Hellcat wine, you're going to have to put a scoop on that for engine?
Yes, we are going to have to, yeah.
That sucks. Considering in America you can drive around with a blower and turbos out the bonnet and no one even bats an eyelid, you know? But here, you can't show that cover. What if they hit someone? It's like, well, if you hit someone with your car, they're normally going to be dead. And
it doesn't even hang out that much, which is,
no, exactly.
You know,
like, look at that.
It's a real shame. That's why we done it, because it looked cool. And
exactly.
Then SOC told us no.
It's like, damn, that Valiant got a goddamn supercharger under there. It was right there. Bigger brakes, better suspension, new chassis, all this sort of stuff. And then they go and pick on like the littlest thing that has nothing to do with anything. It's f***ing madness. Real serious stuff here. Oh, it's perfect. Motec. I was just trying to find a place to mount this. So I was like thinking, maybe like there.
There might be nicer.
That, yeah.
Easier to cut out and
yeah.
Sort of make a bracket behind it.
Yeah. And then that's just like, it's sort of like, looks like it's a part of it a little bit. Tiny. Well, it's meant to be, so that's where we're gonna put it, all right? Oh, perfect, mate. That's awesome. ECU. I reckon we can put that in the glove box, hey? Yeah. I reckon get everything, because it's quite decent size. Yeah. I only looked at this the other day. Mounted somehow, even like if it's on, we can mount stuff like just on there, or
you can mount them up there and you can mount them underneath as well.
Yeah, that's there, and because there's a heap of space there.
There's plenty of room.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good actually. Flex fuel, fuel tech. Look at all this shit. Forgot I bought it all. Guys at M-Tron hooked us up with all this stuff. We bought this a while ago, so it's probably a little bit outdated, but it's going to be well and truly enough for us, which we love. This thing, whatever this thing is. Little keypad, so this will be lights, and because we need a full wire up, so this will be like in the dash somewhere probably, and we'll press buttons to start it, boost, turn up all the boost.
Underglow.
Yeah, the neons, the subwoofers, all that jazz, you know, like that's what you got to have if you build a car, you know, subwoofers and NOS. Actually, you might need a bottle of NOS one day. Oh, this is a fan as well. That'll go in this little spot.
Are you doing an unboxing right now?
Pretty much. So like we've got a smaller fan than that one, so then this one will slide in there. One stand makes up another little bracket for that. So sort of everything, this guy. I tell you what, he's pretty good. All right, we'll get out of your hair, mate. We'll leave you to it. You've obviously got a bit to do.
A little bit to do, yeah.
Appreciate you letting us take it out of your hands and while you're on a roll, so while we can get some footage. But super pumped, can't wait to get this thing on the road. So we're hoping at the end of the year if we can get it into Denny and whatnot, but yeah, pumped.
No, we should be on target for that.
Thank you, mate.
No worries.
Cheers. Hope you like that. We'll see you next time.